Japan's first camera wasn't who you think. It was KONICA, who made a simple pocket camera back in 1925. KONICA, who made an automatic exposure SLR before the competition. KONICA.
Welcome back, folks, to the camera review. Here we have a KONICA AUTOREFLEX A. KONICA is one of the best quality cameras. They're not as famous as Nikon and Canon and Leica and other brands, but they're just phenomenal cameras built like a tank. This particular model here, the reason I'm doing this video is because there's a ton of videos on the AUTOREFLEX KONICAs, but they're the T models, the T1, T2, T3, and there's none on the A model. And this is a rare A model. And the reason this is a rare one is because you don't see too many of them. You don't see any videos on them. They're as rugged and as well made as the T models. They're just simpler. They don't bring as much to the table, but the great thing is there's not as much to break, because when you got self-timers and you got mirror lockups and you have all that, especially when you have a camera from the late 60s, they break down. So this one does not have those things, but is as great of a camera and is built like a tank. And these were cameras made for professional use. Let's go over this one just so you'll see what it has, and I will put a listing on the specs for you on the video. Here we got the lens. The lens is this is the original lens cap, by the way. It's a metal lens cap. This is the lens. The lens is the HEXANON AR57 F1.4. This is a phenomenal lens. Look at the colors on that lens. These lenses by KONICA and HEXANON lenses were one of the very best quality lenses you can get, and they haven't gone that up in price yet, but they will, because people are just realizing now that these are great lenses, not only to use with the old professional KONICAs like these, but also you can put these lenses and adapt them to a digital camera, a digital SLR or a digital mirrorless camera, and you'll have a great, incredible lens that gives great pictures. Now this one, the lens is all metal. It's all metal, and as you can see, the glass is in perfect condition. It's in perfect condition, this glass. As far as the camera itself, it is a tank. I mean, I say that, but you have to pick it up and feel it for yourself. This thing is all metal constructed. Instead of the only thing really is a leather right here on top of the metal, but it's just complete solid. It's like a brick in your hands. That's the way this feels. I thought that Canon, and I have the Canon here just to give you an example. I have the Canon FT, and this is built like a tank, and this is solid. I thought this was the heaviest camera. And I also have the Yashica, which is the Yashica TL, which I have right here. And this is another heavy-duty, solid camera. But to tell you the truth, as far as weight, this KONICA is just much heavier. I mean, it's just incredible the way this thing is constructed. As you can see, it's all metal. Now, this one in particular is kind of different, and I think this one might have been used by a professional because it has the plunger for the shutter. It has a plunger shutter. So this one doesn't have just not the regular shutter. It has a plunger, and it also has an adapter right here for the flash that goes right into the eyepiece right here. And look at that viewfinder. It's a professional viewfinder. It's a round one. This camera, also the difference between, I see the T model and the A model. This one only goes up to 500. As far as the T model, it goes to 1,000 of a second. This one goes to 500ths of a second, but to tell you the truth, all the older cameras had 500ths of a second, and they took the best pictures, the best photographs. When you look back at the late 50s, early 60s, and mid 60s, all those cameras, most of them had 500ths of a shutter. So, and here's the ASA, which now they call it the ISO, and this is how you change that. And this thing is just amazing the way it's made. Here's the counter right here. This is all metal, the lever. It's got a KONICA sign up there. This is the winding mechanism here. As you can see, this camera is in phenomenal shape. This is the serial number over here. Look at the shape on this camera, folks. Look at whoever had this camera really took care of it. I just purchased this camera. I just put film through it, and once the film is developed, these cameras are going to go up on auction. All three cameras, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and put this one, the Canon, and I'm going to go ahead and get the Yashica, and they're all going to be on auction. I just want to make sure this one works and it's working fine. I'm pretty sure it is. I just put film through it, and we're going to develop it, and then I'm going to list it on Bonanza. That's a marketplace, Bonanza Marketplace, and it's going to be listed by Dolphins 14. So if you want to go to my listing, it'll be Dolphins 14 at Bonanza Marketplace. I used to be on eBay, not anymore. After 19 years of over 1,000 feedbacks, 100% rating, I had an issue with them, and I am not with them anymore. So I'm with Bonanza. So this camera, this fantastic camera, and the other cameras are going to be listed on Bonanza under Dolphins 14. I'm sorry, Dolphins 14. So anyway, let's check out the inside of the camera. The way you open this one up is it's got a lever right here. You pull it, and that opens the camera. As you can see, it says here, let's go turn this around real quick. It says made in Japan, the bottom of it. Here's where the battery goes. Now, this one takes, when it first came out, it had two 1.3 volts mercury batteries. Well, now you can replace it with 1.5 volts normal batteries like the 357, and that's what I did. This is just for the meter reading, nothing else. This is a pure mechanical instrument that just weighs a ton, and it has a bunch of gears in it, and it's all mechanical. But as far as the reading the light meter, this is for the light meter. This here's to, once your film is ready to rewind, you push this button down, and then you rewind it with a rewinding stem there. I'll show you that in a minute. This is when you open the camera. This is the back of the camera. Look at the way the quality of this camera and the way it has been preserved is incredible. Everything, it looks like it's new. It looks except for the eyepiece here, with the metal on the eyepiece kind of has got some wear, but most of the camera looks like it's new. So here's the winder here. So you put your 35 millimeter film here. You roll it this way to the right. You stick it in one of the slots here, and you start winding it until it rolls in. And you close the back of the camera. And what you do is you get this winder and just open it up like that. Then you go ahead and do the lever, hit your first shot, and then you do it again until it says number 1 right here. When it's let me get the camera focused here. When you see that number 1, then you do it one more time. And now it's number 1. You see number 1 there? This is when you're ready to shoot the film right here. This will be your first shot. And then this, while you're doing that, when it has film inside, this will start rolling this way. That means that the film is connected and everything is fine. You can also try to move it just a little bit to see if it's tight, and that's it. That's all you need to do. Folks, I'll tell you, the quality and craftsmanship that these people from KONICA made was extraordinary. I'm going to put the specs on there for you, but this is a revolutionary company. As far as lenses goes, they make one of the best lenses. And body of the camera, the construction is just top notch. These compared to the Nikon from Nikon, the same type of heavy duty, built like a tank cameras. So check out these AUTOREFLEX cameras. This is the A, which is, like I said, you don't see too many. It does not have the self timer, but hey, listen, most people don't even use that. And and then it does have here for flash connection right here. See, it has right here. This one does not have a hot shoot because it's made in the 60s. So you just, if you want to put your flash here, you can, but then you go ahead and you connect it right here. And it's got two types of connections for flashes, the M and the X. Oh, let me also show you how to take the lens off. To take the lens off on this camera, you push this little button right here, okay? And you just turn it and it comes right off. Look at that lens, folks. Look at the quality of that lens. Look at how beautiful it is, and not even one smudge on that lens. It's just in perfect condition. And there you go. There's your shutter. Look at that. Look at the amazing quality, and look at how well this camera has been preserved. Well, there you go, folks. This is the KONICA AUTOREFLEX A model. Now, this will probably be the first video on this camera on YouTube. I do appreciate you watching the channel. I bring a lot of different content, watches, cameras, guitars, you name it. But I do appreciate the subscribers and everybody that watches the channel. You have a great day, and God bless. Now these are the major specs for the KONICA AUTOREFLEX A. It's a 35mm SLR equipped with focal plane shutter and built-in CDS meter for automatic exposure determination. Picture size 24 by 36 millimeters. 35mm film cartridge, 20 or 36 exposure. Standard length, hexagon, 57mm. This one has the F1.4, which is a great lens. The mount is KONICA Mount 2 bayonet, 47mm in diameter and 40mm in a flank back. Aperture device, fully automatic aperture, automatic full lens opening. Shutter is a Copal Square SB1. It's got a 1.5 hundredths of a second calibrated and equally graded 1.2 progression M and X synchro electronic light coupled to 1.25 seconds with X synchro, and to all shutter speeds with M synchro. Viewfinder, eye level viewfinder using pentaprism, length focus with micro dia prism of dispersion, alignment type of viewfinder center. Those were just some of the specs on this camera. It does have more specs, and I'm going to go ahead and try to list some specs on the video.